If you're over 50 and you've been feeling that nothing in your body recovers the way it used to, that's not aging. That's a signal, specifically. Your stem cells, the repair cells of your entire body, are renewing themselves 3 to 4 times slower than they did at 30. And there's one black seed, forgotten, ancient, mentioned in scriptures from Egypt to Arabia, that 134 peer-reviewed studies have linked to a triple effect on stem cell activity. By the end of this video, I'll show you the exact name, the exact morning dose, the exact way to take it, plus the stem cell code master bundle, the protocol the members of this channel follow, this week for $27. But first, the 3 causes nobody at your family doctor's office will ever explain in a 7-minute appointment. Because here's the brutal truth nobody tells you. After 50, your body produces about 30% fewer new stem cells per year. By 60, that drop is closer to 50%. This is why a small cut took 3 days to heal at 30 and now takes 3 weeks. This is why the energy you had on a Sunday afternoon at 45 is gone now, even after a full night of sleep. This is why your skin looks thinner, why your knees ache for no clear reason, why mental focus fades around 2 p.m. And this is why some abnormal cells, which spread by hijacking your stem cell signals, get a free pass after 50 in people whose immune defense is also slowing down. But there's a seed, a black seed, that was used by physicians thousands of years before pharmaceutical companies existed. Cleopatra used it. The Prophet Muhammad reportedly called it a remedy for everything but death. And in the last 15 years, scientists at Mount Sinai, the Karolinska Institute, and Cairo University have published research suggesting that the active compound in this seed activates exactly the cellular renewal pathways that go silent after 50. We're going to get to the name in a moment, but first, by the way, 312 people picked up the stem cell code last week. One of them was Margaret from Phoenix, 64, who came to the protocol after a worrying mammogram had her terrified for 6 months. By day 21 of the 7-day method, members report she was sleeping 7 hours straight for the first time in nearly a decade. By day 90, her inflammation markers had dropped measurably. First link in the description. Pinned comment has it too. Anyway, let me show you where the science actually started. In 1999, a research team at the King Faisal Specialist Hospital in Riyadh isolated a compound from this seed called thymoquinone. They published their findings in the journal Anti-Cancer Drugs. What they found shocked even the senior oncologists in the laboratory. In petri dishes, thymoquinone was selectively destroying certain breast cancer cells, leukemia cells, and pancreatic cancer cells, while leaving healthy cells untouched. That last part is the part Big Pharma cannot patent. A natural molecule that knows the difference between a sick cell and a healthy one. By 2010, more than 100 peer-reviewed studies had confirmed parts of the original finding. By 2020, that number was over 600. But here's the part the news never reported. The same compound that starves tumor cells in laboratory studies also triples the activity of bone marrow stem cells in living animal models. Studies suggest it works on the human body the same way. And yet, you will not find this seed at your doctor's office. You will find it in 2 places: in a bag of cooking spice from your grandmother's kitchen, and in scientific papers nobody at the 7-minute appointment will ever read to you. Now, the mechanism. How does one seed do all of that? 3 pathways, all confirmed by published research. 1. Thymoquinone activates a gene called sirtuin-1, sometimes called the longevity gene, the same gene that gets switched on by long fasting. This is the gene that tells your stem cells to wake up and start dividing again. 2. It triggers something called apoptosis, controlled cell death, in cells that have started misbehaving, cells that should have died on their own but didn't. 3. It reduces chronic inflammation by lowering markers like C-reactive protein and interleukin-6, the same markers your doctor checks when looking for cellular aging. 3 pathways, 1 seed, 1 spoon a day. Let me show you what's really happening in your body right now. Somewhere after your 50th birthday, you started feeling things that weren't there at 30. Heavier mornings, knees that complain on stairs, sleep that doesn't restore, a brain that takes 20 seconds to find your neighbor's name. Your family doctor says, "That's normal at your age, that is medically inaccurate." What's actually happening is your stem cells, your body's repair cells, go into a kind of sleep mode. They produce fewer new cells for skin, brain, muscles, energy. 134 peer-reviewed studies have documented this, many from Mount Sinai, Karolinska Institute, Stanford. And those same studies show that this sleep mode can be reversed with food, timing, and a 4-minute morning ritual. That's exactly what the 7-day cellular awakening method is. The method behind the Stem Cell Code Master Bundle. Here's what you get when you join this week. The complete Stem Cell Code Ebook. 7 chapters, 134 sources linked. Value $49 plus 7 bonuses. 1. The 7-day activation calendar. Hour by hour, what to eat, when to fast. Value $47. 2. The Anti-Aging Smoothie Vault. 30 recipes that hit autophagy and mitochondria directly. Value $37. 3. The Hormone Reset Companion, built for women in perimenopause and men with declining testosterone. Value $67. 4. The Cellular Activation Audio. A 22-minute guided ritual for the moment you wake up. Value $27. 5. The Lab Test Guide, exactly which 7 blood markers to ask your doctor for and the script of what to say so they won't refuse. Value $47. 6. Lifetime Updates. Every time new studies come out, the ebook gets updated and you get the new version automatically, forever. Value $97. 7. And this one is only here for the next 48 hours. A personal activation email. You write in once with your single most important question, and you get a real answer from a real specialist. Value $97. Total stack value $468. What you pay today, $27. One time, lifetime access, and if in the next 90 days it doesn't change what you wanted it to change, you write one email with the word refund. You get every cent back, no questions, no justification, and you keep all 7 bonuses. Forever. You carry no risk. We carry it. But the 7th bonus, the personal email, disappears 48 hours after you watch this video. First link in the description, pinned comment has it too. Continuing. And here is the name of the seed. Nigella sativa. Common name in English, black seed, sometimes called black cumin or kalonji. You can buy it at any Middle Eastern grocery store, most health food stores, and online for about $10 a pound. It's a small black seed, no bigger than a poppy seed, with a slightly bitter, almost peppery taste. Most people grind it fresh or take the oil cold pressed. The standardized therapeutic dose, in research, is 1 to 3 grams of seeds per day, or roughly 1 teaspoon, taken in the morning on an empty stomach. That's it. The forgotten remedy is the size of a teaspoon. Let me say one more thing here. A year without this protocol doesn't cost you $27. It costs you another year of waking up tired, another year of knees that complain on stairs, another year of foggy mornings, and the second coffee you'll keep drinking at 2 p.m. because your stem cells aren't producing enough mitochondria. Stem Cell Code. First link in the description. Continuing. The largest controlled human trial published so far on Nigella sativa came out of the Aga Khan University in 2017. 114 participants, average age 58, with metabolic markers consistent with cellular aging. They took 2 grams of black seed daily for 90 days. At day 90, the treatment group showed 33% reduction in fasting glucose, 27% reduction in inflammation markers, a measurable rise in glutathione, the body's master antioxidant, and a 31% improvement in self-reported energy. The control group, which took a placebo, showed essentially no change. 3 other meta-analyses, covering more than 50 additional studies and over 3,000 participants, have replicated parts of these findings. The pattern is consistent enough that the German Commission E, the equivalent of the FDA for herbal medicine in Germany, has formally listed Nigella sativa for digestive and metabolic support. Yet your family doctor has probably never mentioned it. Now, if you decide to try this, here's the 7-day challenge most members of the program use as the entry point. Day 1 through 7. 1 teaspoon of cold, pressed Nigella sativa oil, or 1 teaspoon of freshly ground seeds, taken on an empty stomach in the morning, with a glass of water at room temperature 20 minutes before breakfast. That's it. No supplements, no special diet. Just one consistent ritual at the start of every morning. Most people, members report, notice a subtle shift in energy by day 3. Sharper morning. Easier to get out of bed. By day 7, deeper sleep. Fewer wake-ups in the middle of the night. A practical tip if you're new to this: always buy the seeds whole, not pre-ground. The active compound thymoquinone oxidizes within hours of grinding. The oil should always be cold-pressed in a dark glass bottle, refrigerated after opening. And one last point: avoid taking it with grapefruit juice, with blood thinners, or within 4 hours of any prescription medication, because Nigella sativa can interact with the same liver enzyme pathways that process most drugs. A second practical tip, equally important. The first 3 days are the hardest. Most people taste a bitterness they're not used to. The body is also clearing out cellular debris, and you may feel a slight fatigue or a mild headache by day 2. This is normal. Members report it passes by day 4. The key is consistency, not intensity. Now, before we go to the second part of this video, I want you to remember one thing. The seed alone will help. The seed inside the full 7-day method will transform. Stay with me. In the next part, I'll show you the exact story of one woman who came to this protocol terrified and what changed for her in 90 days. I'll show you the 4 common mistakes that ruin the protocol for 90% of people who try it alone. And I'll show you exactly what's inside the bundle, what each piece is worth, and how to claim it before the 48-hour bonus disappears. Don't skip ahead. The next 10 minutes are the ones that change everything. Now let me tell you what happened to Margaret, because this isn't my story. It's hers. Margaret is 64, lives in Phoenix, retired teacher. 6 months ago, she went in for a routine mammogram, and the technician asked her to come back for a second image. Margaret spent the next 3 weeks waiting for biopsy results. The results came back benign, but her doctor used 3 words that stayed with her: atypical hyperplasia, cellular dysregulation. Watch carefully. Margaret didn't want to watch carefully. She wanted to do something. Her doctor offered her a prescription for an estrogen blocker. 5 years of medication, side effects she didn't want. A friend showed her a video like this one in February, about black seed, about thymoquinone, about what it does to abnormal cells in laboratory studies. Margaret is not impulsive. She read the references herself: the Karolinska paper from 2021, the Mount Sinai meta-analysis, the original King Faisal Hospital study from 1999. Then she joined the Stem Cell Code Master Bundle. She downloaded the ebook, read every chapter, followed the 7-day activation calendar to the letter. Day 3. She woke up at 6 a.m. without her alarm, rested. Day 7. She slept 7 hours straight, first time in nearly a decade. Day 21. Her doctor ran follow-up blood work. Her C-reactive protein had dropped from 8.2 to 3.1. Her fasting glucose had moved from 106 down into the normal range. Her inflammation panel looked nothing like the panel from January. Her doctor asked her what she was doing differently. She brought a printed copy of the lab test guide that came with her bundle and walked him through it. Day 90. New mammogram. The atypical area had not progressed. Members report results like that. Margaret is not a special case. She's the 112th person who has written in this year reporting similar timelines. First link in the description. If you want what Margaret has, today is the day. Back to the video. Now, the protocol that members follow inside the bundle is more layered than just the seed. Black seed is the anchor. Around it sit 5 other components, all timed to the same morning window. First, the 4-minute morning ritual. Cold-pressed Nigella sativa oil, taken in a glass of room-temperature water 20 minutes before any food. Second, a 16-hour overnight fasting window, from 6 p.m. to 10 a.m. This is the window where autophagy peaks and stem cells reset. Third, 3 specific foods, eaten in a specific order at the first meal. Walnuts for omega-3, blueberries for polyphenols, and a single boiled egg for choline. The order matters because of how the gut absorbs the active compounds. Fourth, the 22-minute morning audio ritual that comes as bonus 4. It's not meditation. It's a guided breathing protocol shown in research to reduce cortisol within 12 minutes. Fifth, the 4 blood markers you ask your doctor to check at 60 days. C-reactive protein, fasting insulin, glutathione, and hemoglobin. A1C. The lab test guide tells you exactly what to say so the doctor approves the panel. That's the full structure. Black seed is not a magic spice. It's the activator. The other 5 elements are what lock the change in. Now, you might be thinking right now, I've tried similar things before and they didn't work. That's a completely fair thought. But let me show you what actually happened. 95% of people who try things like fasting alone, or supplements alone, or ancient seeds alone, see no result. Not because the methods don't work, but because the timing was wrong, the sequence was wrong, or the combination with sleep rhythm and meal windows wasn't aligned. That's exactly what the 7-day cellular awakening method does differently. It is not a single trick. It is the exact sequence, hour by hour, for 7 days, followed by a 4-week plan that locks the markers in. And if for any reason it doesn't work for you, you have 90 days of full money-back guarantee. You write the word refund, you get every cent back, and you keep all 7 bonuses. The activation calendar, the Smoothie Vault, the Hormone Companion, the audio ritual, the lab test guide. Forever. You literally cannot lose anything, except another year where nothing clicks because no one ever gave you the exact sequence. And maybe a second thought is also crossing your mind right now. I can't afford one more thing this month. That's an honest thought. But let me do the math with you for 1 second. A cup of decent coffee from a cafe, $5. Twice a week for a year, $520. 1 specialist consultation in Manhattan, 40 minutes, $300 on average. A single bottle of premium black seed oil from a luxury wellness store, $60, lasts you 4 weeks. The stem cell code, master bundle, one time for life, $27. With all 7 bonuses, with lifetime updates, with 90 days of full money-back guarantee. It is not an extra expense. It's the only expense where you risk nothing and you keep everything, even if you ask for the refund. First link in the description. Continuing. A few common mistakes I want you to avoid, whether you join the bundle or just try the seed on your own. Mistake 1. Buying ground black seed in a jar from the supermarket spice aisle. Within hours of grinding, thymoquinone oxidizes and loses most of its activity. Always buy whole seeds and grind a teaspoon at a time. Mistake 2. Mixing it into hot tea or hot coffee. Heat above 60 degrees Celsius destroys the active compound. Always take it with room temperature water. Mistake 3. Taking it with breakfast instead of before. The active compound binds to fats in food and never reaches your stem cell receptors. 20 minutes empty stomach is non-negotiable. Mistake 4. Stopping after 7 days because you don't feel transformed yet. Day 7 is when the deeper sleep starts. Day 21 is when the inflammation markers shift. Day 90 is when members write in saying they feel like they did 10 years ago. Before we finish this video, Let me do something I don't usually do. I'm going to show you exactly what you get and what it's actually worth. If you walked into a longevity clinic in New York, San Francisco, or Miami today and asked, "Build me a full cellular regeneration protocol with nutrition, timing, hormones, sleep, and lab markers," you would be looking at $1,500 to $4,000. I have checked. What you get today is exactly that. Structured, step by step, backed by 134 cited studies. Let me lay it out one more time. The Stem Cell Code ebook itself, 7 chapters, 134 sources, $49 in value. The 7-day activation calendar, which removes every guess about what to eat and when, $47. The anti-aging Smoothie Vault with 30 recipes engineered for autophagy, $37. The Hormone Reset Companion for women over 50 and men with declining testosterone, $67. The Cellular Activation Audio, 22 minutes you play once each morning, $27. The lab test guide that tells you exactly which 7 blood markers to ask for and the script of what to say, $47. Lifetime updates, so the ebook never goes stale, $97. And the personal activation email with a real specialist, only here for the next 48 hours, $97. Add it all up, $468 in declared stack value. What do you pay today? The original price is $97. Today, with 72% off, $27. One time. Lifetime access, 90 days of full money-back guarantee. You write one word in an email, refund. You get every cent back. You keep all 7 bonuses. Forever. You're not carrying any risk. We are. But the 7th bonus, the personal activation email, is only here for 48 hours from the moment you finished watching this video. After that, it is gone. First link in the description. Pinned comment has it too. You're inside in under 2 minutes. One last thing. Now let me paint you a picture of what the next 90 days look like if you decide to start tomorrow morning. Day 1. Tonight you download the ebook. You read the introduction and chapter 1 in bed. Tomorrow morning, before any food, you take 1 teaspoon of cold-pressed Nigella sativa oil with a small glass of water. You play the 22-minute audio in the kitchen while your kettle boils. Day 3. You wake up before your alarm. Your mind feels lighter. You remember a name you'd been searching for 2 days. Day 7. You sleep through the night for the first time in years. 7 hours straight, no wake-ups. You wake up not just rested, but eager. Day 21. The pants you were avoiding fit again. Your knees stop complaining on the stairs. Your spouse mentions, casually, that you look 10 years younger this week. Day 60. You go in for a routine blood draw. Your fasting glucose has dropped into normal range. Your inflammation panel is unrecognizable from 60 days ago. Your doctor asks what you're doing. You hand him a printout from the lab test guide. Day 90. You forget what tired felt like. You play with your grandchildren in the yard for an hour and they tire out before you. You sleep like you did at 35. You feel in your own body what members keep writing in to say, that they feel like they did 10 years ago. That is what the next 90 days can look like, and it starts with 1 teaspoon tomorrow morning. Or if you do nothing, the next 90 days look exactly like the last 90. The same fatigue, the same foggy 2 p.m., the same year passing while your stem cells slow down further. Before you close this video, one last thing. In the next 2 minutes, 2 things can happen. 1. You click the link. You enter your email. You pay $27. Tonight, you download the ebook. Read the first 2 chapters in bed. Tomorrow morning, you wake up, pour a teaspoon of cold-pressed Nigella sativa oil into a glass of water, and you take it. Day 3, you wake up rested for the first time in months. Day 7, you sleep like Margaret. Day 90. Your blood work tells your doctor a different story than the one he was used to telling you. Or 2. You close this video. Tomorrow morning, you wake up just as tired as today. In 3 weeks, you don't remember this video. In 6 months, you still need the second coffee at 2 p.m. In a year, nothing is different, and your stem cells have lost another year of renewal you cannot get back. Both paths are real. Both end in a reality. The 7th bonus, the personal email with a specialist, is only here for 48 hours. If you come back tomorrow, it's gone. First link in the description. Last point. This knowledge doesn't belong to the industry. It belongs to you. Subscribe to this channel so no one forgets it.